Shalom, shalom, it's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Bahashim, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers of this truth. This is a man, his wife delivered him up or reported him for being an anti-jabber, and he actually got involuntarily imprisoned because of it. You know, they try to say that I guess his views was radical or he had some type of disorder that gave him his views on it. Let's let it play.
I thought I had a loving wife of 15 years. But today I was visited by two police officers and two mental health practitioners in Western Australia. And I was advised that I needed to go for a medical assessment. I was taken involuntarily in a ambulance to Fiona Stanley Hospital in Perth, and here where I've endured a so-called psychological assessment, and I've been deemed as having, well, verbally I've been told I've had a nervous breakdown, which is completely untrue. But the paperwork says something completely different. The paperwork says that I've had some sort of, I've got some sort of personality distrusting disorder of some sort. Not sure exactly what the wording was.
So if you don't trust in, you know, the process, the New World Order, then you have some type of medical distrusting disorder. Look at that.
I don't have it with me, apologies. But I think it said I was suspicious. I think it was on there, suspicious. And for that reason, they've issued me some sort of section. And I've been brought to what I can only call a prison and held against my will. I'll just show you around our beautiful accommodation. This is our exercise yard, aren't we lucky? And I've got a beautiful room which I'll show you later. So why and how? Well, apparently my wife has reported me. And the reason my wife has reported me and being concerned is that I have a different opinion to her about the current... and this is how easily this can happen, folks. This is what's happening. Apparently I'm the mad one, but here we are.
And it just proves even more that the Bible is a real book, you know, and the prophecies are real because this is prophecy being fulfilled, you know. So those guys right now that was saying, oh, the Bible is fake, oh, it was rewritten, oh, the Bible is made up stories, you know, I bet they on their face right now, you know, they got to be on their face right now because it's being proven that the Bible is a real prophetic book and the books inside of the Bible. Matter of fact, let's prove it. This is Micah 7, and it proves that the prophets are back because we've been the ones out prophesying about these things, and it's going to be proven who the true prophets are and who had the truth, man. This is Micah 7:6. For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter rises up against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the man of his own house. And what is this man going through? He said his wife of, I think, 15 years reported him. Why? Because he had different views on that, you know. And then the world, of course, you know, the two police officers that came and got him. You know, if you going against the world system, that's why I think it's 1 John chapter 2 or something like that, where it says, look, love not the world, neither the things that are in it. You know, because the world is wicked. The Lord is coming back to destroy the world. That's 2 Peter 3. The Lord is coming back to destroy the world. The world is wicked. But if you go against the world, then they gonna deliver you up, man. This is Luke chapter 12. I just had this conversation with a person explaining it to them, but they didn't want to hear it from me. Why? Because they waiting for their truth. They get it from the news. They waiting for the news to tell them, Dr. Fauci and all these other people to tell them what the truth is, and they being deceived, and they gonna do that all the way until they death, is believing the system. But they ain't looking to really hear it from us, you know. So when you giving them sound advice that's true, the truth, they ain't really trying to hear it. This is Luke chapter 12, Verse 51. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. So what is the Lord coming back to do? He's coming back to divide. It says, for from henceforth there should be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2, 2 against 3. A father should be divided against his son, the son against his father, the mother against the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and her daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, which proves that Yahushua was going right along with, he was reading from the Bible too, you know, and a lot of things he was quoting was from what we call today the Old Testament. I just read that exact same quote in the Old Testament, Micah 7:6. That's where he got it from, and he's quoting it right here. This is red letter in verse 53. You know, verse 54. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? So you could discern when you outside, you see a cloud come over you. Everybody look up and say, "Oh, look, it looks like it's about to rain." You know, we race cars and stuff, so when we see a couple drops, we say, "Oh, nope, got it. The car ain't gonna get no type of traction. It's time to go home. Nope, it's over with. We ain't racing tonight." You could discern those things, but you can't discern the times that it's going to be purged on the streets, all hell breaking loose, famines, earthquakes in diverse places, wars against the people, jabbers versus anti-jabbers, mother versus wife versus husband, mother versus son, people getting delivered up. I mean, even for the prophets, this is, you can't see this coming, man. You can't see that they said, look, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't see that that's going to advance to you can't do grocery stores, schools, jobs, unless you know. Then what you going to do? This is Matthew chapter 24. I'm just going to start at verse 6. And ye should hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be troubled. These are the times. This is what you're supposed to be discerning. This is the time you're supposed to be discerning these things to happen. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines. So there's going to be famines, pesticides, which is what we have now, and earthquakes in diverse places, which there's been a lot of earthquakes going in diverse places. Just do a little research. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So these is just the beginning of sorrows. Then should they deliver you up to be afflicted, and should kill you, and ye should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So this is going to happen to the prophets too. But just like you see with this man, he was delivered up by his wife. Now, it ain't went all the way down yet, because these is the beginning of sorrow. So he was just in prison, pretty much. But fast forward maybe a year from now, if he get delivered up by his wife because of his views, he could have been put to death. It says, and then shall many be offended. See? So his wife was offended by him and by his beliefs, and she delivered him up. And should betray one another. So she betrayed him. She went behind his back and called those people on him, and they kind of came and manhandled him and forced him. He said it was involuntary, and forced him to this place. And anything he'd do, if he tried to fight back, they said, look, you had a panic attack. We had to do this and do that. And then how ironic is when they take you to the prison, then the exact same thing that he's against, they could force him to get it. So it don't spread to the other inmates. It says, then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. You know, saying stuff like the mark of the beast is not the chip. They deceiving you, man, because then that's going to make you take it. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. He was with his wife 15 years, man, and she delivered him up. The love, she had love for this man at one point in time, obviously, but that shit waxed cold real quick. But he that sure endure until the end, the same should be saved. Meaning we gonna have to go through this. There's no rapture before tribulation. I think it's Acts 14 says, through much tribulation we must enter the kingdom of heaven. Meaning we're gonna have to go through this tribulation, man, and we're gonna have to endure it to the end. Meaning you gonna have to have a strong mental tool, a strong spirit, so you don't bug out. And the elect, gonna endure to the end and then be saved. And then this is how you know the end is here. And this gospel, the kingdom, should be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then should the end come. With people like myself, we on YouTube, we putting up these videos, we've been doing it for years, some even longer and even greater. That's how you know this truth has been around the whole world, man. There's camps in every country. And if not, then you have the internet. So this truth is circulated around the whole earth, man. So that's how you know the end is coming, because anytime before the Lord destroys a kingdom, he does what? He sends his prophets out to prophesy of what he's about to do. When the Lord, the first death, when he flooded the earth with the time of Noah, Noah was a prophet. He sent Noah out to prophesy to the people that there was going to be a great flood. They didn't take heed. They got put to death. So it's the same thing today. The Lord said, look, he'll never flood the earth again. The rainbow is a symbol between the covenant that the Lord made with the earth, people of the earth, right? That he will never flood the earth again. That's what the rainbow symbolized. So now he said, look, the second death is going to be by fire and brimstone. But remember, the Lord said, what will I have it if the fire already be quenched, or something like that? I'm roughly paraphrasing it. But if, pretty much fire already be on the earth, meaning there's all hell's going to be breaking loose, purge in the streets, shit hits the fan, already wars before he even comes back. And then when he comes back, then you got the second death, that fire and brimstone by nuclear weapons, because like I said, nation against nation, they're going to be shooting nuclear weapons on each other. So this is the time we come into. This video is very edifying because it shows you. It's just an example to show you, like, look, even the people in your household, your mothers, your grandmothers, your cousins, uncles, are going to be delivering you up. Sometimes it's going to be in a situation where they just trying to save themselves and they got to deliver you up. Or they trying to save another loved one, but they got to deliver you up to do it. Or your views, like it said, verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and should kill you, and ye should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Just you praising the name Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. They gon', man, look, we ain't down with that. That's what got us in these problems, man. And they gonna deliver you up. They gonna blame everything on you. Just you speaking the truth. Just you speaking out about the mark of the beast. They gonna say, nah, you can't do that around here, man. Because we all got the chip, and this is how we eat. This is how we able to go to the grocery stores. This is how we able to work. And you making us feel bad about getting it. And they going to deliver you up, man.